Hello everyone, welcome to the HPP Innovation Week. My name is Carol Tonello. I'm Commercial and Application Director at Hyperbaric. My presentation is an introduction to high pressure processing, HPP. I will be enlightening the benefit of the technology and the different application, the different category of product that can be processed under pressure. But first of all, I would like to introduce my company. Hyperbaric design, manufacture and commercialize high-pressure processing systems, equipment, machines for the food and the beverage industry since 1999. The company, Hyperbaric, is the global leader in this sector of industrial HPP machine. We have installed more than 300 units all over the world, and to our knowledge, there are roughly 500 machines installed globally. So 300 of those machines are from our brand. We have more than 20 years of experience making HPP a reliable technology, working 24 hours and being each year more productive to reach the food standard, the food manufacturing standards. And this is thanks to our really great efforts, intensive effort in innovation. We started, as I said, the development of our machine in 1999. We started the technology, I would say, from scratch. And in 2001, we proposed the first prototype, which was at this time an innovation, which was the horizontal machine. We succeeded to make this prototype at industrial scale, and in 2002, we proposed to the market the largest machine at the date, which has a vessel of 300 liters. Few years after, in 2010, we had the largest machine. We proposed to the market the largest machine, which was a 420-liter machine. And in 2014, again, we increased the size of our biggest machine, and this is the Hyperbaric 525 with a vessel of 525 liters. And in 2018, we launched a global innovation of the processing in bulk with the 525-liter machine, bulk for processing liquids before bottling. Those few words of on our history said, I would like to tell you that we are based in Europe. Our headquarters and the company where we manufacture the machine is in Burgos, Spain, in Europe. But we have our main subsidiary in the United States, in Miami, Florida, where we have sales, after sales, and application departments. We have also sales and/or after-sales service in Mexico, in Singapore, and in Australia. Starting with HPP, with the technology, this technology has been considered as an emerging technology, but really what we can say is that this technology is known since for more than a century. The first publication of high-pressure processing of food was in the first one was in 1899, and it was an American scientist, Ait, that published that the food, which was in this case milk and some fruit products, the shelf life was increased after pressurizing to very high pressure at this date. The technology, the metal of the machine, in this case, of course, in the 19th century, it was a lab machine, very small vessel. At this time, the technology, the metal, the design, the way to calculate the machine was really starting, and it was not possible to make a big industrial machine. So the technology became really a commercial technology, a reality, when in Japan in 1991 the first commercial product, which was a range of fruit puree, was launched. In the 1990s, the technology started very slowly, going from Japan to Europe and then to the US. Where we are now, so 30 years after, we know that there are over or around 2,000 millions of kilo or liter of food and beverage which are processed each year under pressure. So it has been really a growth, and in the last year the technology is growing by two digits. Why HPP? Because this technology responds to the consumer demand for food and beverage with higher sensorial and nutritional quality. The consumer today wants fresher product, less processed product, with less or with no chemical preservative, but easy to prepare, and of course safe, and in general with a long life. So the current technology they have some difficulties to reach all those goals. This is why the non-thermal technology started and have emerged in the last 30 to 20 years. The most advanced, the technology that has the most application in this segment, the non-thermal preservative, non-thermal technology that has more application, is high pressure processing. This is one of those technologies that has really achieved to reach the industrial level, because it has a lot of advantages. For the consumer and for the manufacturer, I would say that this is the technology that can bring you in an easy way fresh-like products. What is HPP? It's a technology where the food or the beverage is submitted to very high pressure in a big steel chamber. The chamber is called the vessel. The pressure are between 300 and 600 MPa, which is 43,000 to 87,000 psi, or 3,000 to 6,000 bar. This means that it's pressure up to 6 metric tons per square centimeter. This is really a huge pressure, and this pressure is transmitted by water. So this pressure is transmitted in a uniform way. Pressure is a wave, so the transmission is instantaneous through all the products, all the volume of the products. So the size of the product doesn't matter. In the chamber, the pressure and the product is exactly at the same pressure. There is no gradient of pressure. So this makes the pressure very different from the heat processing, where in general there are some heat gradients during the cooking or the sterilization. Those pressures allows to compress the water by 15%. Well, you've learned at school that water is a liquid that is not possible to compress, incompressible liquid. But well, if you increase, as we do, very much the pressure, this is a compressible fluid. During the high pressure processing, the volume of the water reduces, the molecules are closer, and this the effect of the pressure on the molecules and on the water surrounding the molecules allows the inactivation of the microorganisms, the vegetative microorganisms, bacteria, molds, yeast, and some viruses. So this allows, in a cold way, without the help of heat, to inactivate microorganisms, to increase shelf life, and to increase the safety and the life of the product, keeping the fresh attributes, because we do not cook, we do not increase the temperature. The pressure is 6 tons per square centimeter, but it's also 6 times higher than the pressure you have in the deepest point in the ocean, which is the Mariana Trench. So you need to imagine that under your product, or under the products we process under pressure, we have 60 kilometers of water. This doesn't exist in the earth, but this is what we have in the vessel. What are the advantages of high pressure processing? Food safety is ensured because the technology, the high pressure, destroy pathogens like Salmonella, E. coli, Vibrio, norovirus, and a lot of spoilage microorganisms, yeast, mold, lactic acid bacteria, in the range over 4,000 bar or 58,000 psi. This technology is known and accepted by FDA, USDA, EFSA in Europe, and many other countries all over the world, recognized by Health Canada, by the Australian and Food Safety Agency, for example. The inactivation of the spoilage microorganisms allow to increase the shelf life of the product from, I would say, from 2 times to up to 30 times, depending the products. We are able also to keep safe products without the help of chemical preservatives. So we can propose to the market clean label products with HPP. And this is a minimally processing technology. This means that we do not change drastically the structure of the nutrients, and we keep the products really like if it was fresh or almost fresh. And we know that this is really a health benefit, because the ultra processed food, it's more and more known that they can cause some disease. On the contrary, eating fresh food or food minimally processed, like food processed under pressure with the HPP, bring a benefit to the consumer. For the manufacturer, the advantages are that with the help of high pressure, it's possible to optimize the production, to scale the operation. It's less cleaning, longer run, and less product that waste. It reduces also food waste at the level of the consumer, because the shelf life is longer, so the time to eat the refrigerated product is longer also, and the consumer throw less product. The good point of the technology is that it is very versatile. You will see later that we can process from milk to meat to juices to baby food, a very large range of product. The only limit is the dry product. When there is no water in the product, like in flour, in pepper, dry pepper. The pressure is not well transmitted, so we cannot inactivate the microorganisms. So we need a water activity over 0.85, for example. Of course, we can process meat, but if the product is too dry, it doesn't work. Nevertheless, the technology is very versatile, and with the HPP in bulk technology that Hyperbaric has developed, the technology is also more versatile because you can process the product before bottling. This technology allows to the food manufacturer to reach new markets because it's possible to fulfill the foreign regulation, very strict regulation, the strictest one, the one in the US or Japan, for example, to increase the shelf life, so it allows to export, to go to larger markets, to reach larger markets. And of course, it allows to propose to the market a very innovative product because they are fresh-like and with a longer life. The range of product is very large, and from juices to, I would say, to seafood. And I will start with the one that has grown much faster in the 7 or 8 last years. In this category, we have a lot. We have a lot of different subcategories. We go from I would say regular single juices, mixes of different flavors, fruit and vegetable juices, but we have also probiotic products, functional drinks, vegetable milks, coffee, teas, a lot of different products that we can offer to the market in cold condition, cold brew tea, cold brew coffee, freshly squeezed juices. The main interest is that when you squeeze the juice, you bottle, you process under pressure, you keep the same flavor, the same odor. There is almost no changes. So this is really something that the consumer, the final consumer, can see. The final consumer really see the benefit, because it's like if they would have done that freshly at home. But in some cases, that's not possible to do at home. Very complicated mix of fruit and vegetable juices, or it takes very long time to do a cold brew coffee. With HPP, it's now possible to have it ready to eat. Of course, we can have products without heat, but also without chemical preservative. The technology now for juices has less limits concerning the packaging, which before the packaging with the regular impact technology need to be flexible bottles, flexible pouches. Now with the HPP in bulk technology, we can process in bulk and then with an aseptic filling or extended shelf life filling to have bottling in carton, in glass, in whatever the customer or the demand. The meat products was from the first application we had. This is mainly because the interest for the main interest for the meat manufacturer is or to ensure the food safety, especially inactivating Listeria, monocytogenes, and E. coli, for example, in meat products, but also to develop products with low content in salt and clean label products. When, for example, we have a lot of example of cured and sliced ham, roasted chicken, turkey cuts, pork products, sausages, raw and marinated meats, duck products. The range is very large. We have a lot of users of the technology because when they slice, when they cut, there is always a risk of contamination. The good point of the HPP is that you slice, you pack, and then you HPP, and then the final process is done in pack. So this allows to keep the safety up to the consumer. Another example of meat products is the pet food, or are the pet food. I was surprised the first time I saw a pet food product processed under pressure, but if you think about it, and this is very logical, because a lot of pets never eat any fresh product, because they are used to it. In general, they eat dry food or retort food in cans. They are ultra-processed food, and the nutrients contents is not always there after the process. The level of nutrients decrease. It could be not well balanced, and so this reduces the life of the pet, and this can damage its health. So HPP propose to keep the fresh attribute of the fresh meat, but bring the safety. You would say, well, never mind, the pet will eat whatever. The point is that when the pet food is in your fridge, you don't want the pet food be contaminated by pathogen, because this can contaminate another food which is stored, also the food you will eat, which is ready-to-eat food, which is stored in your fridge. And the food safety of pet food need to be the same that for the human food, because in some cases humans can eat pet food. Especially, for example, if you have babies, they can eat in the plate of the cat, of the dog. So having raw pet food that would be contaminated by pathogen under this type of product at home is not safe. HPP can bring safety to pet food. This is the best solution because the flavor doesn't change, and this is very important for pets. Another application, very interesting, of high pressure processing is the processing of seafood. So here we have really two types of different application. We have, I would say, application which is very similar to the one of the meat I just talked about. So ready-to-eat products, increased shelf life of cooked or raw fish fillet, for example, or ready-to-eat meals made with seafood and fish, and so increasing shelf life, inactivating pathogen, giving a fresh-like ready-to-eat food. But we have also another application which is very different, which is the shucking of oysters, of bivalve oysters, mussels, clams with high pressure. How does it work? We have the pressure modify the abductor muscle, and so the shell open and release the meat. This is only with pressure, with a pressure around 30,000 bar 1 minute. We can achieve these results, and so you can separate the meat from the shell, and in general the meat is then sold frozen. The good point is that the meat is raw, never eaten, and when the consumer uses it, this is the first time that this product will be cooked, and this allows to keep the freshness. We have another application very similar, which is the extraction of the crustacean meat. Lobsters, for example, they have an external rigid structure which is not compressible. the water goes through in contact to the meat. The meat is compressible, but the external skeleton is not, so it's rigid, and so the pressure compresses the meat and it separates. It's then very easy to break the shell and to separate the meat from the shell of the lobster. So those type of application are developed especially in North America and Canada. Ready-to-eat products, have talked about them a little bit previously. They can be made of different things. They can be vegetable-based. This can be meat-based, seafood-based. The mix of the different ingredients can make them, can reduce the shelf life, can compromise the safety. With HPP, we can avoid this type of problem. Another benefit of the technology is that we can reduce the cooking time, so we can have a more juicy, ready-to-eat meal, keeping the product safe and the shelf life reaching the commercial life. So we have example from meat products, salad, or cook ready-to-eat meals with different type of ingredients. Guacamole and avocado products. This is one of the main success of the technology. Why? Because we are able to inactivate the enzymes that make the avocado or the guacamole turning from green to dark. This is the polyphenol oxidase. Thanks to the pressure, this reaction, this oxidation reaction in the contact of the air is really reduced. So the products can keep the green color for weeks or months thanks to high pressure. And also, at the same time, in the same cycle, the same process, we increase the shelf life and we inactivate the pathogen that could contaminate this product, because in general, this product is handled, removed from the fruit by hand, and so it can be contaminated. We inactivate Listeria, E. coli, all the pathogen, more than 5 log of pathogen in guacamole. So this allows for this product to be exported all over the world. The main producer of guacamole is Mexico, but each time more and more companies start to grow avocados and export to the countries demanding this type of product. Many types of packaging are possible: pouches, cups, trays, everything is possible. Quite similar to avocado products or guacamole products, HPP has allowed in the 10 past years to develop a lot of different salsa, plant-based, and fruit products. Products like wet salad, hummus, dips, spreads can have their shelf life extended and can stay safe for weeks or months thanks to HPP. The baby food, they are mainly processed under pressure. They are mainly based on fruit purees. Again, this is a possibility to give to babies very highly nutrient food, because we keep with HPP, we preserve the freshness of the fruit or of the vegetable. It allows to bring to the market a very premium quality of refrigerated baby food product. Dairy products, we have example going from milk, processed in cold conditions. So this is milk which has a sensory quality very similar to the raw milk that almost nobody has had the opportunity to try, because raw milk non-processed could be really unsafe. So this type of products are starting to be developed in different countries, to cheese, to colostrum, and also to smoothies. And last but not least, we have seen recently some the development outside of the food sector, food and beverage sectors, new application for pharmaceutical products and cosmetic. The HPP, for example, allows to keep the structure, but to reduce the initial contamination of collagen, for example, and in the range of pharmaceutical products, we can increase the safety after the packaging of sterile products, and also reduce the contamination of raw material. We have a special session on pharmaceutical and cosmetic products. If you want to know more, please see this specific session. So with this last slide, I would like to thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy this HPP Innovation Week, and I'm sure you will find several sessions, several presentations that you will really enjoy. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, please write them in the chat. Thank you.